That's right, loving local music as always. Diop featuring Young T and Steven with Injomwashe. Good morning, welcome to the Morning Mix. Moro Moro.
Injomwashe.
Injomwashe. No, Oshonka. Oh yeah, die goed is in your gezicht. That's a skevely departed. I didn't even look at him. That's it. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to those of you who are joining the live stream on our Informante Facebook page. It is time for your sports news for this morning on the Morning Max.
Now, can we just make one thing sure and clear here? You are now the presenter and the producer.
In the camera guy also.
And the camera guy today. Now that live stream is going now at the moment without shines at the back of it. So daidang mo ni afslaan no ni.
Of the phone file.
The phone. Morning, everybody.
Good morning, guys. Let's start off with some local news. We start, of course, with some sports. This is on the back pages of, I think, the New Era newspaper, if I'm not mistaken. Namibia's leading boxing promoter, Nestor Tobias, yesterday said he is still, is it Tobias or Tobias?
Tobias.
Okay, Nestor Tobias.
It's after independence. Tobias. For independence was Tobias.
It's Paulus and Paulus.
Yeah.
Where was I? Yeah, Nestor yesterday said he is still hard at work trying to secure a rematch between the country's former world title challenger Walter, the executioner Kautondokwa, and Kazakhstan boxer Kanat Islam. Last month, of course, the executioner suffered his second career defeat via a unanimous decision against the undefeated Islam during the WBO International Middleweight Title Mega Showdown at the Balwan Sholak Sports Palace in Almaty, Kazakhstan. The outcome of the fight triggered a huge clamor locally and internationally, with all three judges scoring the fight 99-92, 97-92, and 97-92 in favor of the hometown fighter. Did you watch this one?
I followed it. I say again, Kautondokwa is quite a formidable fighter. And speaking to him a few times in my life, he's such an imposing figure. As die man voor jou staan. But he's such a soft, gentle giant. I sincerely hope that next time around he'll have a little bit more luck. But good luck to him.
Let's hope he does get the rematch and I mean, he did give a good showing of himself.
Yeah.
Fusela, anyway. Anyway, we move on to some football news, also coming from, within our borders. This is from the back pages of the Namibian Sun. Black Africa coach Paulus Shipanga says the secret to being nominated for a Confederation of African Football or CAF award boils down to development structures that should run like a well-oiled machine. 30 nominees were announced on Sunday for the 2019 Confederation of African Football African Player of the Year Award, which will celebrate the most distinguished football player from Africa for the year. The list will be shortened to 3 potential winners for the award that will be presented on January the 7th of next year. It's going to be happening in Egypt. Yeah. Now, no Namibian footballer has ever made it into the Player of the Year nominee list. 30 nominees, and we have never been there once.
Of course, I think the challenge has always been how well we do internationally as footballers. And we still need to break through in especially the bigger leagues in Europe.
Yeah.
The English Premier League, if you may.
We need to improve football locally, because I think I remember a couple of years back. Not a couple, a lot of years back. I don't know if it's still the same. The English Premier League in particular. Your country's ranking had to be above a certain level before you could be eligible to play in the Premier League.
Now, on that note, we had a player, my favorite all-time Brave Warrior player, Mohamed Slice Osep.
Mohamed Osep.
Slice Giaga.
Egondoa.
Slice. Tume Giaga. Mohamed is my favorite all-time Namibian footballer. Very, very versatile player. And when I saw him, and I remember he used to play for a club, I'm not too sure, was it Norway or something?
Yes, he played in Oslo.
Yeah, in Oslo.
Norway, yeah.
Then Arsenal wanted to sign him. And Arsenal was at the pinnacle of its reign at that specific time in England. It was in it was, I think, in the early 2000s or something like that. And Arsenal could not sign him because Namibia was ranked too low
in the FIFA rankings.
Yep.
So we really do need to develop local football, guys.
Yeah.
It is important, because if we want to play a part in some of these big leagues, we need to start here. That's why some of the guys, they go to Europe young, and then they sort of are forced into trying to get citizenship or whatever eligibility to play that side, so they can move into the bigger leagues. The only Brave Warriors player to actually ever get into the award fray was Ronnie Cananello back in the day, who was nominated for CAF Save of the Year.
Is that so?
That was in 2001.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? We had some strong international players. I know Eli Fashivute.
Yes.
Safile,
yes.
He played for Partick Thistle or something. I think that was in the Scottish Premier League.
He also played in Turkey, I think, for a while.
Yeah. Obviously, also
Raza Chikudu.
Yeah, Chikudu played. I think he also played for. I'm not too sure if he played. No, he didn't play for Dortmund, but he played for one of the
Bremen. Werder Bremen.
Werder Bremen. He played for Werder Bremen. So in the past we had. Quentin Jacobs was on trial at Manchester United.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, but again, we were ranked too low in the FIFA ranking.
Now we can play in the lower leagues in England, but it's difficult to get to the Premier League.
Yeah.
All right, guys, since there's no sports really today, we're going to talk about gymnastics.
What do you mean there's no sports today? Gymnastics is a sport.
Yeah.
No, it's a sport.
Okay,
and it's
fine.
a beautiful sport.
Yeah.
A lot of dedication. Wait a minute. While you're reading your gymnastics, go on. Let me see what's in the inside pages here.
Okay. Now, of course, this one is like you're saying it's a beautiful sport, but not a beautiful story. Namibian Gymnastics Federation Executive President Sonia Olivier says the Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Simada Freddy Muya those persons, quote unquote, who insist that she is suspected will have civil and criminal action brought against them. Olivier made the declaration on Sunday when responding to a Muya issued a Sports Commission press statement backing the group who suspended her on the 12th of November, pending the outcome of an investigation and disciplinary hearing into alleged misconduct. Now, on Friday, Muya said while they recognize that Olivier is the duly elected executive president of the NGF, Namibia Gymnastics Federation, the Sports Commission had accepted notification of the suspension and are confident that the internal process of the NGF should be exhausted, upon which we shall duly be informed on the final outcome. Misconduct in gymnastics, guys.
It happens. It happens. But Mr. Muya, I think he will know exactly what to do from here going forward. There's this Cubase. There will always be controversies in different sporting codes.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that.
If it's human beings that are there, you can expect problems to follow. Very, very close behind. Let me quickly check out some comments before we move on to some international. Hey, man.
There's some nice stories here.
Where?
I check here. Nyambe.
Are they local?
Yeah, it's local. It's local news. Muramba United, a football team comprising of underprivileged players residing in the informal settlement of Okahanya Park on the outskirts of Namibia's metropolis Windhoek, recently benefited handsomely from a donation of modern soccer boots donated by Brave Warriors England-based defender Ryan Nyambe. That's a good story.
Yes. I saw that. How did I?
Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah, definitely.
The fact that that Nyambe decide to give back to the communities, especially a place like Okahanya Park, I think that's really commendable from him.
Yeah.
It's in today's New Era newspaper. Wow, this is very, very inspiring.
The international players are even trying to pull together to sort of help uplift sports development in the country.
Chris. So what, is that your Itula?
Who's like, break away! No, wait, let's talk sports first.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, Jolly Makabanyane. Saying yeah. Philemon Gerard, I'm watching from Rehoboth. Good morning, Philemon. Welcome to the show. Wesa, Karukwa, Moromoro Gents, Kearukwa. Jamba. Morning crew. Ali van Beek also saying morning gents. Good morning gentlemen from Vitaleni Shakes Ndengu. Morning crew from Shaks Tiofe Nanyemba. Good morning crew. And also from Kasane. Where's Kasane?
Kasane is up there in, I believe, in the Zambezi region.
Right, that's Orestus birthmark Ekongo.
Okay.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining the show this morning. Let's quickly check out what is happening on the international front. Arsenal is all over the news, guys. All over the news. And like I said, because there's no sports today, we're going to talk about, this time around, darts. You watch darts?
I throw darts, but I still don't know how you score darts.
I do. I'm actually pretty good at it.
Is it? Okay. So is the idea to always get the bullseye, the red one?
No. The highest score is the triple 20. The bullseye is like 50 points. And the triple 20 is obviously 60. So I would go for the triple 20 rather than...
Okay, whatever. You make me feel now like when I start talking about cricket.
That's it. We're going to have that news every morning from now on. Hey, Samu. Come stream. Michael Van Goven. if you are into darts or MVG, he will begin the defense of his World Darts Championship title against either former BDO World Champion Jelle Klaassen or Northern Ireland's Kevin Bernays after the draw was made live on Sky Sports News on Monday evening. Now, Van Gerwen defeated Michael Smith to clinch his third world title 12 months ago, but he could face a tough tie against his compatriot Klaassen, a semi-finalist at Alexandra Palace back in 2016. I remember when MVG was bursting onto the scene. I think at the time, Phil Taylor was the best dart player. Yeah,
Phil the Power Taylor.
Yeah. And this MVG boy came out of nowhere, and now he's at the top. He's at the top of the world of darts.
Wow!
This guy can throw.
Ooh.
A finger machigi.
I think people are watching you from wherever. It's like, Maak net klaar.
Listen, it's diversification.
Nee man, asseblief.
Okay, Formula One?
To come back to darts, I did follow Phil the Power Taylor's career now for quite some time. And it is a guy who came out of a lot of personal challenges to become world champion in darts. And maar as net hierdie goed in the real thing I remember of him is that when he became world champion, he got himself a side chick.
That's the
only thing I remember. And it was a big story in England. He got himself a side chick, and his wife, who stood by him for so many years, they got divorced, and there was a big fight over it, and he was kicked out of the house, and blah, 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 blah. As hierdie goede wat ek sê, you darts players.
You see, the wife didn't want to watch that. The side chick is sitting in the front row every match. Alright, checking out some quick Formula One news. Lewis Hamilton, it said this guy has become, I don't know, when I was in high school, right, all we knew, or even in primary school, all we knew was, what was the Schumacher?
Michael Schumacher.
Now my kids come with, no, Daddy, come help me with this question, and it's Lewis Hamilton and what? I'm like, you guys, this guy's in our textbooks now.
Your tate is your tate, maybe.
Yeah, me bro. Now he says he's aiming to have a similar positive impact to his hero, Ayrton Senna.
Oh, Ayrton Senna.
Yeah, as he spoke about how he wants to inspire the younger generation. Of course, with a combined 23.5 million followers on social media, Hamilton is one of the world's most known and popular sports people.
Wow.
And as a six-time world champion says he wants to put that status to good use.
23 million followers. Shoo. That's big.
That is huge.
Yeah. Ayrton Senna, Brazilian driver, passed away many years ago in a crash on the race course. I believe he was a 2 or 3 time world champion. I'm not too sure. But it had such a emotional impact on many race drivers of its time that and it's good to hear that Lewis Hamilton is paying homage to Ayrton Senna because he was a very good driver, very, very good driver.
So is Hamilton, by the way.
Yeah.
Brilliant young man, brilliant young driver. Let's check out some football news. You knew it was coming.
No, of course.
You knew it was coming.
Football is altijd.
Yeah. Pep Guardiola admits his current Manchester City assistant Mikel Arteta will become a manager sooner or later amid links to the Arsenal job. Now, the increasing speculation over the future of Arsenal's head coach Unai Emery has led to a debate over who could replace him at the Emirates. Arteta is currently the bookmaker's favorite to return to the club where he spent 5 seasons, 2 of them as captain, after spending more than 3 years on Guardiola's coaching staff. Right. He was, of course, in the running to replace Arsene Wenger before Emery's appointment in the summer of 2018, and Guardiola suggested he is unsure whether City could keep hold of Arteta if a managerial opportunity presented itself. It would be interesting. I I mean, especially if Guardiola remains at City. I mean, there's also rumors linking him with a move away from the Citizens. But if he remains there, and then you have Arteta at Arsenal, he's obviously going to bring back that fluid attacking football that you Arsenal fans so loved about your team.
It is.
It's going to be interesting, especially watching them go up against each other. What do they call it? The master and the disciple.
DJ, the game that I saw on Saturday of Arsenal.
I did.
How toothless we were was just that fluid attacking football, even though we do concede goals in the past. But there was just no fluidity, just no attacking prose that we showed against Southampton. I would take Arteta at a drop of a hat.
I actually also, even with Barca right now, I would take Arteta.
Hier gaat ons alweer met Valverde.
No, we're not even talking about Spanish football this morning. And here's some news from Euro 2020. Russia-based matches at the Euro 2020 are under threat after the World Anti-Doping Agency recommended the country be banned from hosting any sports events for the next 4 years.
Kijk, ik weet niet what it is with Russian athletes and drugs.
Understand, what do they call it? State-sponsored doping.
Yeah, state-sponsored. It's a program.
Yes.
Добер вечер.
Yeah. Go to Dr. Dmitriev.
Dmitriev.
He's gonna hook you up.
En let die story dan. In Russia, they don't play, man. You saw. Hulle spijt en kry klaar.
Ja, joh, gaan spijt laat je recht komen.
Ja.
So, yeah, that's interesting. St. Petersburg is due to host, I think, 4 games at the tournament at whatever stadium. I'm not going to struggle to pronounce Russian names this early in the morning.
Try. We have time.
Krestovsky.
That's not difficult.
It's vroeg in the ochtend. This also includes 3 in Group B, which Wales could be drawn in. Now, WADA, or the World Anti-Doping Agency's Executive Committee, will consider the recommendations and make a final decision on the 9th of December.
Yeah.
Right now, the recommended measures mean Russia could also be banned from competing at next year's Tokyo Olympics. Get all that dope out of your athletes. So were you guys also doping Arshavin? Or what is that Russian?
Arshavin. Andrei Arshavin. No, I think he's been a clean player.
All right. From the newspapers, some of the rumors that are coming through, the rumor mill basically, Arsenal fear that their top stars will be forced to consider their futures if Unai Emery remains in charge next season. So it's looking increasingly likely that he is going to be out.
They need to change the manager now, if we still want to be in contention for Champions League football. Klaar.
Definitely.
Change it now.
If you want to even make the top 4, even the top 6.
No, man.
Yeah.
Top 4.
Chelsea top 4 hal this season. I don't think you guys are going to get ahead of Leicester.
Or Chelsea.
Yeah, Liverpool, City, Chelsea and Leicester.
It's painful what you say. It's so painful, but it's the reality.
Yeah, and I'm also sure between now and the end of the season, Mourinho's boys are going to give it a real good push because they've got most now that energy from a new manager. Those lily whites are going to do things to Arsenal. Juventus are planning to rival Real Madrid for Tottenham Hotspur's midfielder Christian Eriksen, and will look to talk to the Dane when he is free to talk to other clubs in January, according to reports.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, some of the fixtures, of course, is Champions League football today and tomorrow. Speel je ook Champions League nog?
So, I'm preparing myself for the elections tomorrow. Ek stel in Champions League football.
Nee, elections, you should be done voting by then.
What?
Are you still going to be standing in the queues at like 8 o'clock at night? Watter tyd wil jy polling station
Ek
gaan?
wil laat julle almal eers klaar stem, dan sal ek gaan.
Nee, ek wil vroeg gaan Bout, dat ek op die TV vir julle kyk soos julle in die rye staan.
Die probleem is, you're doing the same thing that people do when they drive from Swakopmund after a weekend. So waar nee, voor die traffic baie raak nee, ons wil vroeg ry. Then all of them drive early in the morning. Then the traffic is just tough.
Crazy in the morning.
Now, I drive as a rule. I drive from Swakopmund 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when I drive. Dan is die pad oop. Everybody's gone.
Nou sê jy vir almal, nou wil almal, dan sal almal begin 5 uur ry.
Ay, mukuru. Ek is ook dom.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the Champions League fixtures from today's matches. Of course, there's matches today and tomorrow. Galatasaray at home to Club Brugge. Lokomotiv Moscow host Bayer Leverkusen. Atalanta welcome Dinamo Zagreb. Bayern Munich traveling away to Crvena Zvezda. Juventus are hosting Atletico Madrid. So that's the big one. Man City at home to Shakhtar Donetsk. And the Parisians, Paris Saint-Germain, are traveling to the Santiago Bernabeu to take on Real Madrid. And Tottenham Hotspurs host Olympiacos at, what is the stadium? I forgot what Tottenham Stadium is.
But the Juventus Atletico fixture, that's a good fixture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even Madrid PSG.
Yeah, because what's his name? Zidane said this is not a revenge match. That's what he said yesterday.
And he keeps quoting that Mbappe boy. Like I saw a comment where he's talking about how he's in love with Kylian Mbappe. Obviously not that kind of love, but
that boy is he basically supposed to be taking over Zidane's legacy when it comes to French football. And I think he's done extremely well. He also won a World Cup. Zidane won a World Cup.
Yeah.
So I understand the love between the two of them. It resonates very well.
Under 20 he's already won a World Cup.
Yeah.
Could probably win a Champions League.
Not with PSG.
Not this season. But they have probably the best team they've had in a while. They have a team that can actually challenge. Winning is a whole other kettle of fish. Yeah. There are also some matches tomorrow in the Champions League, by the way. We're going to get to that. No, tomorrow is
We are not here tomorrow.
We are voting.
Yeah, Matutora.
You must also go vote.
Yeah.
All right, then let's read some comments before we close off the sports for this morning. Alfredo Jack Evangelista. Moro topic is... Hey, for Stekman. Sharks
Moro topic is...
Nanyemba. Cubase, don't you guys have a soccer team? Like Trasco has a soccer team.
Yeah, we have a soccer team. We beat anyone.
Yeah, come. Even bring your yeah. Do Gabriel saying good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to you too, sir. Moro, tomorrow is tomorrow. John, yes, tomorrow is tomorrow, and today is today. Jackie Braun, morning there in the studio, guys.
You know, black people like these cheap threats, ne?
Morgen is
morgen. Vandaag is vandaag.
Een dag is een dag.
Ja. Een dag is een dag. You know, black people threaten you like that. Een dag is een dag.
Yeah,
you need to go to your witch doctor. So waar.
Shaks is asking, is tomorrow a public holiday?
Of course.
That is what our president said. We must go vote, guys. I hope all of you are going to go vote. If you have a voter's card and you're eligible to go vote, please make it to the polls tomorrow. Fauzi Iyambo, good morning. Good morning to you too, sir. Shu Nebel Basson, fluidity T, jong, dis mos groot woorde dui so waar.
Wie is nou die weer?
Is die Alfredo is weer besig. Ek weet nie waar was hy heeltyd gewees het.
Laat hy net gaan, man.
Alfredo, how did you become a top fan? How? Neville, can you operate a computer, or why is it that Cubase is always the one?
Hey, gaan, J, man.
Come beat me up. I'm at the office, old power station. En also
So word die man in die wind gesoek nie.
hulle soek jou.
Met jy pa Mombepo.
Miguel Krepchov Heimbody also saying good morning guy, and thank you for joining us this morning. We are cutting the sports live stream. Of course, we are going to be back. Maria is going to be joining us in the studio, and we pick up the conversation on the other side of 8. So don't go too far. And
Hulle wou mos net een ding praat.
Tite, can we not talk about
What do you want to talk about? Seriously.
today?
Excuse me.
I would rather
What?
we do not talk about the politics. No, I can't say it that way.
Gaan dan jy sal gevloek word. Gaan dan.
Good morning, gents. Is net julle twee vandag. Nee, Maria kom nou, moenie
Sy
worry.
kom nou.
We'll be white black. Just stick around. This is the morning mix on Informante Radio.
Sports on the